to their money. But there are processes and procedures that need not to take long. Now their capacity being boosted. On the project management side, when you have project management consultants, some of these key issues of assessments, providing the report and the rest of them is something they can do in a matter of days and just ensure that he is empowered to be able to access this money very, very quickly. The same colleagues inside civil society, by the time this becomes a bazaar, will become merciless to him, the entire government will become merciless. That after all, we knew that's what they wanted to do. That's what they want to do. They want to eat the money. It is not because the money, nobody is interested in touching this money, because like my minister has always said all the time, if you touch this money, it is blood money. You can't take money that is meant to restore the livelihoods of people and say you want to eat it. Besides, how do you do that? The governance structure will not allow it. That is fundamental. So with our discussions should just be, okay, yes, let us just agree as to the best ways because we want to tap from your collective experiences. And UNITA, I'm sure you have international best practices that you can share, and once you put that on the table, it will help to refine the process. There is no way UNITA will want to participate if there is no governance structure. I can guarantee you that one. And to be honest with you, SPDC will not release 1 penny if there is no governance structure and there is no process. Right now, Marvin will tell you he has gone through, forgive me for using this thing, I'm not using that in vain. He has gone through the valley of the shadow of death. But since he has been fearing no evil, he's there. He has a budget that has been approved for 2017. You can't spend money without a budget. And the rate of discipline you have is irrespective of whether you're standing independently, is your discipline to your budget, because the people giving you the money are also operating on the basis of a budget. And that budget instrument is what will enable civil society to monitor whether some money, there is mago inside and the rest of them. So I think it is very, very important. It is not easy, I can tell you, for the Hyprep team, but they have gotten to a place where when we say they are ready to roll, they are ready to roll. And honestly, if there's anything that requires presidential intervention, within a heartbeat, the Honorable Minister of State for Environment will go and meet Mr. President or the Vice President to ensure that we get all the necessary reliefs that we have, except asking for waiver for procurement. Thank you.
There's a very strong voice that had been shaking the land before we got to the point where Hyprep was established, and I would like him to say his views here before thunder will.
The Honorable Minister, ably represented, the President Kagote, the Project Coordinator, Technical Lead Shell, representative of NOSRA DG, the soul of the Ogoni struggle, as I will call him, all other protocols observed. My name is Comrade Kadilo Kabari. I am the facilitator of the Ogoni Generation Next project, a body of young Ogoni professionals. I took time while the minister was, while you were giving the minister's message to this all-important meeting, to go down memory lane for a report released in 2011. By 2012, Ogoni Generation Next project, powered by our elected representatives then, with Mosop and Kagote in attendance, and all other Ogonis were in church.
A live broadcast on the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project roundtable meeting with stakeholders reaching you from Port Harcourt, the River State capital. It has been a time of reflection on what has been done so far since the flag off of the cleanup of Ogoni land, what appears to many as a star campaign promise or a star project of the federal government. It was a campaign promise when the President Muhammadu Buhari visited River State. He promised that the cleanup of Ogoni land will be in the front burner, and what Nigerians, indeed even the international community, would like to say is the success of this event. But we have to bring this broadcast to a close. We thank you for staying with us on Channels Television. On behalf of everyone, I am Emmanuel Ere. See you next time.
When what ought to be
This is Channels Television reaching you live from Lagos. You've been watching a live coverage of the Hyprep Stakeholders Roundtable meeting on Ogoni cleanup, which held in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. Please stay tuned as we return to a normal programming now, and Foreign Dispatches is up next.